You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's start joining, guys. So, as you are joining, please indicate in the chat if you can hear me. Indicate in the chat if you can hear me. Indicate in the chat if you can hear me. If you can hear me, kindly indicate in the chat. If you can hear me, yeah, indicate in the chat. Okay, well, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's keep waiting for others. Let's wait for others. It's going to be a mind blowing. It's going to be a mind. It's going to be a mind blowing section today because I am going to be. I'm going to be revealing everything that is needed. Let's start joining, guys. Let's start joining. So as you are joining, you can tell us where you are joining from. You can put it in the chat and just say, "Hi, joining from Lagos. You are joining from Osun State, Port Harcourt, wherever you are joining from. Kindly put it in the chat so that we can know ourselves." Let's start joining, guys. Let's start joining. Kindly indicate in the chat where you are joining from. You can just say, "I am joining from Lagos." Kindly indicate in the chat so that I can be sure you are hearing me. Yeah, I can see that you guys are joining already. Kindly indicate in the chat where you are joining from. Okay, I can see Cecilia. Cecilia is joining from Osun State. You're welcome. You're welcome to this free masterclass. Masterclass. You'll have gotten clarity on how to get started as a digital advertiser. So others, I'm waiting for others. Okay, I can see Olaiwaju joining from Ogun State. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm waiting for others. Let us indicate where we are joining from. Okay, I can see Uche. Uche is joining from Lagos. Lagos. Awesome, awesome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm super excited to have you here. Okay, I can see David. David is joining from Abuja. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, good evening to you. Good evening to you. Let's keep joining. Let's keep joining so that we can have an awesome time today. And I promise you that I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to go straight to the point. I'm going to deliver value to you. And by the end of this masterclass, you will have clarity on how to start your own career in digital advertising. Yeah, just like I've been doing it, I'm going to give you the blueprint and you can run with it. Okay, so let's have more people. People, let's have more people join us. Okay, I can see Samuel. Samuel is joining from Ibadan. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Samuel is joining from Ibadan. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Kindly drop where you're chatting from. If you're just joining us, yeah, I can see you joining us. So drop in the comment where you're joining us from. Yes. Okay. I'll be sharing my screen very soon now so that I don't want to waste our time. I want us to be done as quick as possible. So if you're just joining, kindly drop where you are chatting from in the chat. Okay, I can see James. James is chatting from Ibadan. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Okay, screen. Kindly indicate in the kindly indicate in the comment so I can be sure that we can see my screen. Kindly indicate in the comment, please. If you can see my screen, indicate in the comment. Indicate in the comment. Let us participate so that we can get started. Okay, James can see my screen. Awesome, awesome. Okay, Uche can see my screen. Uche can see my screen. That's great. That's great. That's great. So you can see that I am ready for you. How to build a career in digital advertising. How to build a career in digital. Likewise, you can see my screen. Awesome, awesome. How to build advertising. And okay, I can see that Whisper can see my screen. Whisper can see my screen. Awesome. So by seven, let's wait a bit. By 7:10, so we can just wait for some other people to join us. By 7:10, we're just going to write on how to build a high income career in digital advertising. And my promise to you is that by the end of this training, you will move from a social media user to an advertising strategist. Because the truth is that being a social media user does not pay you, right? No, it does not pay you. You are using social media alone. You're not creating on social media, you're only using social media. You're going to be, spending a huge amount of money on data. You're spending your time, you're spending your energy, you're spending your data, you're spending your money, but you're not earning from it. But as an advertising strategist that is using social media, you are earning a lot of money. So at the end of this training, at the end of this masterclass, you'll be able to, you know, you able to you will have the clear cuts, you have the clear cut roadmap on how to build an high income career in digital advertising. Yeah, so I believe you can hear me. So we have 2 minutes to go. Once it's 7:10, we ride on. We ride on. We ride on. Okay, okay, okay. So can put it in the comments. I am ready to learn. Put it in the comments. I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn. I want you to put it in the comments that you are ready to learn. You are ready to learn. Okay, I can see Cynthia. Cynthia said she can see my screen. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Put in the comments. I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn. Okay, I can see Ayomide. She said she's ready to learn. That's great. So we are starting. We're starting by 7:10. I started by 7:10. Larewaju also said he's ready to learn. James said he's ready to learn. Okay, okay. So I will I will start right now. So if you are just joining us, put it in the comment where you are joining us from. Put in the comment where you are joining us from. If you are just joining us, okay, I can see Epsiba, Epsiba from Ibadan, Epsiba from Ibadan, right? Well, welcome. I can see Ayodele from Lagos. You're welcome. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started. How to build a high income career in digital advertising. So at the end of this training, you should have a roadmap that will take you from being just a social media user to being an advertising strategist. Yeah, that's what this training is about, to show you a clear roadmap. Because if you don't have the roadmap, you're going to be confused, right? So, who am I? Who are you talking to? Okay, I am the founder of Saturn Academy. I am the founder of Saturn Academy, and I'm a digital advertising strategist, helping businesses acquire customers and helping individuals build high income career through digital advertising. Yeah, so that's who I am. I don't like to say a lot of things about me, but this is just a brief about me. I am Olakunle Philip, the founder of Stand generated thousands of leads for different businesses. I have also trained over 1,000 students, and I've worked with businesses across multiple industry. Yeah, I work with businesses across multiple industry, and I have a mission. I have a mission. My mission is to raise the next generation of advertising strategists in Africa. Because I believe that advertising is a very important skill that every individual need to have, and even every businesses need to have for their business to grow. So I'm on a mission to raise the next generation of advertiser, and I'm so glad to have you in this training, because that means that you are joining me in this mission, and that means that my purpose is going to be fulfilled just by you being in this training. So let's get started. So before we talk about advertising, I want us to talk about business. Yeah. So what is a business? You need to understand that a business is an enterprise that has that is serving a customer, and as they are serving a customer, they are making sales, and as a result of these sales, they are having revenue, right? Their revenue is growing, and this is leading to their business growth. So that means that a business is not a business without customer that will bring sales, that will bring revenue. And if that does not exist, that means that there's no growth. So a business is an enterprise that has a customer, that brings sales, that increase revenue and is growing. So what do all businesses have in common? Yeah, even though in this world, we have a lot of businesses. I mean, a lot of businesses are opening every day, right? So we have different business type like restaurants, hospitals, schools, fashion brand, tech startup. These are all different type of businesses. And what do all of them have in common? All of them, one thing that all of them need is customer, right? I get it. So a restaurant, school needs customers, which are the pupil students. Fashion brand needs customers. Tech startup need customers. So there's no business, whether it is non-profit business or a profitable business. Every business need customers, right? So customer, if there's no customer, there's no business. Do you get it? If there's no customer, there is no business, right? The same way fuel is to a car. Once a fuel stop, when fuel stop, or once there's no fuel in the tank of the car stop working. Same also, once a business stop having customers, business stop growing, right? So customers are fuel to customers are fuel to businesses. The same way fuel is an energy to a car, that's the same way customers are energy to a business, right? So the real job of a business, no matter the kind of business, is number one, to get customers. The real job of a business is to get customers and then serve those customers, right? So you're not just getting customer for getting sake. You're getting those customers to serve them, right? So you are serving them your services, your product, or whatsoever you are serving them, right? You have customers that cannot come back to your business. That will mean that now, if customers back to your business, it means that you are not serving them well, right? But if you are serving them well, they will keep coming back to you. And as they keep coming back to you, they will keep paying for your services or your product or for your value, and your business keep growing. So as a business, your very first job is to get customers that is going to take your service or your product. So when you get those customers, then you now need to So if you can hear me, kindly drop in the comments. If you can hear me, drop in the comments. Yeah, please, if you can hear me, drop in the comment that I can hear you so that we can restart. MTN. MTN was disturbing us before. Comment so that I can start. I can go ahead and start. Awesome, awesome. So I'm sorry if I pronounce your name. I did not pronounce your name well. Candidate candidate said she can hear me or he can hear me. So if you can hear me, can you let me know? Can you let me know? Okay, Whisper says she can hear me. Awesome, awesome. So let us rejoin. Let us start from where we stopped. Okay. Can you let me know if you can hear in the comment so that we can start? We can restart. We can restart. Okay. Are you still with me? Or you have gone to bed? If you can hear me, drop it in the comment that you can hear me. If you can hear me, drop in the comment that you can hear me. Okay, Ayodele said I. That means that you can hear me. Please, if you can, I've not started sharing my screen. Okay, so let me share my screen now. Let me share my screen now. Okay, so can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, please let me know in the comments. If you can see my screen, let me know in the comments, please. Okay, so I guess you can see my screen now. Okay, okay, my screen is visible. My screen is visible right now. So let's get started. Let's get started. So I'm going to just start again from here. So I said that before we talk about advertising, let's talk about business. So what's a business? A business is an enterprise that is serving a customer, and once the customer accept that service, they are bringing sales, and with that sales is what we call revenue in business world. And once sales and revenue continue to grow, that business is growing. So without customer, a business cannot have sales, and without sales, there can't be revenue, and that business cannot grow, right? So what do all business have in common? We have different business, but let me largely in this screen. We have different business, but they all have the same challenge. Different businesses the same challenge. And what's that challenge? All of these business needs customers. All of these business, no matter the kind of business, this is a restaurant, this is an hospital, this is a school, this is a fashion brand, this is a tech startup, but all of them all boil down to a customer. A restaurant need customers that come and eat their food. An hospital needs people they can treat. A school need students. Those are their customers. And fashion brands needs people that will buy their clothing and all of that. And a tech startup needs people that will use their product. So every business, no matter the kind of business, need customers, right? So if there's no customer, there's no business. No customer, no business. So the same way fuel is to car, that's the same way customers is to business. Without without a fuel, a car cannot work. A car will stop working, right? And without customers, businesses also cannot grow, they cannot function, right? So customers are the fuel of every business. Customers are the fuel of every business, right? So then I said that the real job of a business is to get customers. That's your real job. So as a business owner, as someone that is self-employed, as someone that is, you are building a business, your real job is getting customers. So when you get those customers, you now serve them, right? So when you serve them, they keep coming back. Now, the quality of your service will determine whether they come back or not. If you serve them well, they are going to come back. And if they keep coming back, they keep referring people to you because they love your service or they love your product, your business keep growing. But the journey begins from getting customers. If you cannot get customers, you have nobody to serve and you have nobody that will come back to come and buy your product, right? So you must get customers, keep customers, and once you do that, your business keep growing. Do you get it? You must get customers, keep customers, then your business start to grow. Do you get it? That's your real job. So now, if businesses need customers, how do they get these customers? Now, before now, how businesses get customers, how businesses found customers before the internet. The attention was here in the traditional advertising, which is what we call, example is the newspaper, the radio, the television, the billboard, the flyer. These are where customers usually get, these are where businesses usually get their customers before, because attention was here. In those days, you see people always rushing to buy newspapers. You see all these people trying to listen to their radio stations, television, billboards, and flyer. But now, attention has shifted. When last did you buy a newspaper? When last did you even listen to a radio station? When last did you even watch TV? Even when you watch TV, what you are watching on TV is African Magic, is Netflix, right? You are not you're not watching TV to get about advertisement. No. In fact, billboards nowadays, now that we're in, especially for those that are in Nigeria, now that we're in election period, the billboards are full of campaigns, political campaigns, right? And flyer. When last someone give you a flyer and you kept it? Many a times when people give you flyer, you what? After you read it, you just put it somewhere. So attention was here before, but now attention has shifted, right? So the attention has shifted from the traditional way to the um to social media. This is where attention is now. Attention is in social media. That is the Instagram, the TikTok, the the YouTube, the Facebook, and all of that, right? So this is where the attention is now. And since businesses still need customers, that means that business need to follow. Remember, I said that the attention was firstly in the traditional means, newspaper, radio, TV, billboard, and flyer. But now that attention is here, now that attention is now in the social media space, as a business owner, as a business, you must evolve also, right? You must go where the attention is, because if you don't go where the attention is, you're not going to get sales. And remember, once there's no sales, there's no revenue, and once there's no revenue, you cannot grow as a business, you cannot progress as a business, right? So attention right now is online. That is where people are. So as a business, you must follow the attention. Once, remember I said that the first job that you have is getting customers. And where are these customers? These customers are now online, right? They are now on social media, right? So because of this, because attention is now on social media, this created a new opportunity. And that is why I want you to pay attention. I'm about to get into the I'm about to get into the details of why you are here. Because attention is now online, this created a new opportunity for you and I. So the shift created demand for a new type of profession, a new type of professionals, right? So businesses still need customers, and we said that customers are now online. So that's now the work of a digital advertising strategist. A digital advertising strategist now serve as a bridge between businesses and customers that are online. So for businesses to get these customers, they need to cross this bridge, right? And the person that can help them cross this bridge, or that can help this customer cross this bridge to meet this business, is a digital advertiser. So because of the shift in demand, we have a new type of professional. Now, during this era, we don't during this era, the term digital advertiser does not exist. But now that attention has moved to the online space, we now have a new profession, which is the digital advertiser. Do you get it? The digital advertiser. So now, what is digital advertising? What is digital advertising? Now, if you are still following me, put it in the comments. I can hear you. I can hear you. Put it in the comments. I can hear you. I am learning something. I want to see your comments. If you are learning, put I am learning. I'm waiting for our comments. Put I can hear you. I'm learning. Put it in the chat. Okay, I can see Sabino's creation. Can hear me. Awesome, 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 awesome. Kindly confirm that you can hear me and you are learning something. Okay, I can see some love emojis. I want us to be interactive. I want this session to be interactive. Okay. Okay, let me just move forward. I can see here, awesome. I can see Ashley. Ashley said he's learning. Dada said you're audible. Okay. Okunko said I can hear you. I'm learning. Awesome. So let's move forward. So what is digital advertising? Digital advertising is a bridge. Digital advertising is the bridge between businesses and customers. Remember, I said that the first job is of a business is to get customers, right? So now that customers are not in the traditional media, they're now in the digital space. So digital advertising is you attracting them, you are attracting customers that are online, engaging customers that are online, and converting customers that are online to sales for businesses. So without this bridge, there's no business. Without this bridge, there is no business, right? Because remember, the customers that businesses need to grow to continue to function, they are in the online space, right? So if they are in the online space, there's a need for business to evolve from the traditional advertising to now the digital advertising where they get the customers. So digital advertising is the means of attracting, engaging, and converting customers that are online. So it's a bridge, right? So let's move forward. So what digital advertising is not? It's very important that we know what digital advertising is not. Digital advertising is not luck. No, it's not luck. Because some people think that okay, this online stuff, it's only working for some people. It's just luck. No, it's not luck. Rather, it is a system. It's a system that includes strategy, data, and consistency. Now, once all of these is available, you can now predict your growth. There's predictable growth for businesses, right? So stop gambling and start building a system. And that system is digital marketing, where there's strategy, there's data, and there's consistency, and you can now grow, right? So now you need to also know that people don't buy immediately. Yes, they go through a journey. And that's why I illustrate this in a step by step, in a step by step manner. As you begin to do your digital advertising, the stranger now began to know you about your business. So from there they move to being interested. Can you see my screen? Right? Okay, let me reshare. How about now? Can you see my screen now? I think my screen is showing now. Okay, yeah, my screen is showing now. So I said that people don't buy immediately. They go through a journey. And you have to understand that as a business owner, that people don't buy immediately. So as you go about your digital marketing effort, you turn stranger to interested people. So they're now they become a customer, and if you serve them well, they become loyal customers. So these are the stages digital marketing or digital advertising takes a person. It takes a person from being a stranger to being interested to being a lead to being a customer and a loyal customer, right? So what digital advertiser does, so what this person, so what this person does, this digital advertiser, what it does for a business, what this digital advertiser does for a business is to help a business, to help customers, is to help turn a stranger into the loyal customer of a business. So you can see that your work as a digital advertiser is very valuable, because what is the most valuable thing to a business? What is the most valuable thing to a business? Let us put in the comment. I want to know if you are following. What is the most valuable thing to a business? Drop it in the drop it in the chat. What is the most valuable thing to a business? To a business. Okay. Um Itoro said customers. Correct, correct. So I love the fact that you guys are following. So yes, the most valuable thing to a customer is to a business is customer. And who helped the business bring that customer? The digital advertiser. And that was which said digital advertiser. So digital advertiser help to convert a stranger into a loyal customer of a business. Right? So let's move forward. So advertising is the bridge. Advertising is the bridge. This is the business, right? So the business have great products, they have big goals, right? They have great products, they have big goals. But without advertising, these great products cannot reach their customer. These their big goals. Maybe a business want to be the um the number one business, in a particular niche. If that's the goal, without advertising, you can't achieve that. So the bridge between is advertising. And who is in charge of that bridge is the advertising strategy. Just like in the normal world, or in the normal world, every bridge or toll gate, there are people in charge of those toll gates, right? So who is in charge of that bridge that will help just cross over their customer to them? The digit the advertising strategies. And that is who you are. So you are very valuable to a business. Businesses cannot do without you. So digital advertising career is a profitable career, is a valuable career, because you are in charge of the most valuable thing. Digital advertising is a valuable career because you are in charge of the most important thing that a business needs, right? So what does a digital advertiser do? We are still going to see it in this stuff, but let me just show you. A digital advertiser research, you understand the market and the audience, strategize, create a right plan, then advertise. You deliver the right message to the right people and optimize. You analyze, improve, and scale. So a advertising strategist don't just run ad. What it does, it first researches, create a strategy, advertise, and optimize, right? So just come to a digital advertiser and say, a advertising strategist and said, I need more sales. And that's the truth. Every business always need more sales. Like that is the lifeblood of a business, sales. So every business always needs sales, right? So the business owners say, I need sales. But the advertising strategist will say, okay, what is the offer? What is Who are the audience that this business is serving? What is the sales process, the customer journey? So these are the things that goes in the mind of an advertising strategist. So what I'm already doing is that I'm already telling you who an advertising strategist is. An advertising strategist is someone that help a business to bring customer, and in bringing customer, he has to go through all of these processes, which is what I showed here. So the mistake many business owner does is that when they say, okay, I need more sales, they just go ahead and launch ad. You go and run ad, Facebook ad or Instagram ad or TikTok ad. And once you do that, you're not going to get the right result. because before you can start running ads, there are things that you must put in place, right? So when a business is when a business is experiencing low sales, the next thing is not just to run ads that you're looking for, you're not going to have them. So low sales does not automatically means you need ads. No. So there are things that need to be put in place before you start running ads. And those are the skills that companies pay for. And one of that skill must be able to analyze a business because growth is usually hidden behind a locked door. So you analyze their offer, you analyze their audience, what or who are interested in their offer. And also you're going to check because many a times the sales process can be so difficult that interest they just get lost. They just get lost and they eventually do not go ahead with what they want to go ahead with, right? So these are the things that an advertising strategist will do. You come to me and you say, okay, I want to make sales. I'll first check all of these things. I'll analyze that what we call business analysis. So one of the skill that a digital advertiser must have is being able to analyze a business. And the things you are going to be analyzing is their offer, the kind of audience that will be interested in their offer, their sales processes. Is it simple enough for this audience to get the offer? And the customer journey. What which stage are these customers? If you are not in the right stage, it will not make sense, right? So once you are able to find the bottleneck, you diagnose the real problem, you are going to unlock growth, right? So most businesses know why they are stuck. It is the strategist, that know you get. So the next skill you must have as a digital strategist is customer research. You don't just guess. You don't just guess that okay, I think this customers or this type of customers is going to be valuable for this business. No, you must in your research, right? You do what we call customer research so that you can know. So most businesses guess what customer want, but a digital strategist know what customer want. So great advertisers don't guess, they research. They research the kind of customer that is needed by a business, right? So these are valuable skills that business owners or some business or brand don't have the time for. But you as a advertising strategist, you should know how to do all of this. That's customer research. The number three skill that you must have as a digital advertiser is offer creation. Offer creation. You must be able to create great offer because small offer is only if your offer is small, only few people is going to get it. But if your offer is great, because offer is like a gift, right? Offer is like a gift. So in an offer, you can have the main offering, then all of this will have like bonus. So imagine now, let me ask you a question, and I want you to put it in the comments. Imagine I come to you and or imagine two people comes to you on your birthday, and one person is carrying just a gift, and the other person and me I'm carrying multiple gifts. Who are you going to love the most? Put it in the comment. On your birthday, two of us came to you. One My friend is holding one gift and me, I'm holding multiple gifts to give to you. Who are you going to love the most? Put it in comment. Who are you going to love the most? Put it in the comment. Who are you going to love the most? Multiple gifts. Yeah, so Ashley said multiple gifts, right? So great offers have a lot of offering that you present to a customer, right? That you present to a customer. So once your offer is, you know, this is what we call irresistible offer because it has a lot of benefits, right? But this one does not have a lot of benefits. So only few people will go for it. But if your offer have a lot of benefits, a lot of people will go for it. So offer creation is part of the skill that you must have as a digital advertiser so that you can create a great offer for the businesses or brand you are working for, right? So skill four that you must have. Uche said that a single gift can be more than multiple. Yes, but even though it's more is attractive, right? It's like sometimes when we are young, if your daddy give you 1,000 naira notes, just one, another person or your mom now gives you 200 naira notes, five, you will go for the one that has five because it is more, right? So it's not really even about the quality, it's about the quantity. So even if the quality of your offer is great, you must present it in much quantity so that it can be attractive to people to get it. You get it? You understand what I'm saying? Even though the quality of your even though the quality of your offer is good, you must present it in much quantity. So the next skill you must have as a digital advertiser is creative strategy. You must be able to create creatives that is going to catch the attention of. Remember, you have done customer research. The first thing you do is you analyze the business, you know where the issue is. So you do customer research, right? Once you know your customer well, you're able to create an offer that will be attractive to these customers, right? So then the next thing you now need to do is to create a creative. Creative will be flyer or video that will hook, that will catch the attention of your potential customers, right? Just like look at this one now. Hook one, ignore. Hook two, script. Hook three, scroll past. Hook four, cut at all, catch the attention of this fish. Who can answer it in the comments? Why did hook? Why did the hook? I'm waiting for our response in the comments. Why did hook four caught the attention of the fish? Okay, can you hear me now? Why did hook four catch the attention of the fish? Exactly. Olaiwaju, thank you. You are doing well. The attention of the fish because it has benefit attached to it. It has a benefit attached to it. So in your creative, what you focus on is benefits. So some people, when they are creating their advert video or flyer, they only focus on who you are. Customers are interested. Customers are not interested in who you are. Customers are interested on what they will benefit from you.
So the hook of your creative must have benefit attached to it. Once it has benefit attached to it, it's going to catch the attention of the customers you have researched. And that's why customer research is very important, because in doing your customer research, you are able to in doing your customer research, you are able to know what will interest your customers, and you're going to attach it in your hook. Do you get it? So great strategies find the hook that works. So the fifth skill you must have as a digital advertiser is media buying. So media buying is you being able to turn ad spend into business growth. Now this is where Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads comes. So before you can start running ad, you need to have done all of this. You have analyzed the business, you know where the business is lacking, then you do their customer research to know the kind of customers they need to serve. Then you create an offer that will be interested to the customers. Then you create a video or flyer that is going to have benefit attached to it so you can catch their attention, right? Then that is now when you now set up your advert. So that will require your budget. The budget is the fuel of the machine. Then you now target those exact people you have researched. You target them. Then once you target them, they become customers. They they become customers, they convert, and money is coming to your customers. So, but if you have not done all of these that I've said previously, you are just going to be wasting money. Because even though you have the money, if you are not targeting the right kind of people, you will not convert them to customers and they will not bring revenue. But once you have already done your research, you have done your offer creation, you have attached benefit to your hook, your budget, the money you are spending on your advert will multiply to revenue. So good ads get attention, great buying get results. You get? So a what is it called? A digital advertiser also know how to run ads, right? So then the last skill you must have as a digital advertiser is analytic. You must be able to measure, understand, and improve what is working. So once you have set up your ad and you now begin to measure the performance, you begin to track what matters. That will create an insight, understand what is working, then spot the trend, then you now make decision. So that's where analytic comes in. So just like I said here, you can't fly blind. This is a pilot. Now this pilot is not just sitting down here. This pilot is looking at all the metrics to be sure that okay, this plane is in the right course and all that. So an advertising strategist is also, you are tracking your advert, you are seeing the insight, you are checking the trends, and you are making decisions based on data. So you are not making decisions based on emotions or based on what you see online, and making decisions based on the data you have gathered in your advert. So these are the skills that businesses are paying for because they don't have the time, right? Brands don't have the time to be going through all of this. Their own is to be able to create, just like what I said here, bus- businesses, their own is to have great products and big goals. So your own duty is now to bring customers to them, right? And the way you bring customers to them is by doing all of these: business analysis, customer research, offer creation, creative strategy, media buying, then analytic. Do you get it? Analytic. So if you are still with me, if you are still with me, put it in the comments that yes, I'm learning. I want you to put in the comment that I'm learning. You are still with me? Put in the comment that I'm learning. Okay, I can see Ade Lord says I'm learning. Ashley learning. Okay, I can see Song saying she's learning. I can see Cecilia say I'm learning. Okay, so let's move forward. So I wrote here, I said anyone can run ads, but strategists connect the pieces. So a digital advertising strategist is not just an ad manager because there's difference. This is an ad manager, someone that knows how to run Facebook ads. You just run Facebook ad, you get results. But a advertising strategy is someone that connect the dots. You know, you know the offer, or you know the audience of your of the brand. You create an offer, you write a copy, you're creative, you run ads, you analyze, make sales, right? Then grow. So a advertising strategist bring growth to businesses, bring growth to businesses, not just hire someone that can run Facebook ads. They don't just hire someone that can run TikTok ad or Instagram ad. No, they hire advertising strategists, because advertising strategists do what they do is more than just running ads. If you are running ads and you offer, you don't know how to write copy, you don't know how to create creatives, your ads is going to fail, right? Your ad is going to fail. So the real deal is advertising strategies. Advertising strategies, these are the real deal. These are the people that businesses are running after, the big brands. These are the people they are running after, the big businesses. These are the people that they are running after. Brands like GT Bank, Opay, Amazon, Apple, they are running after advertising strategies, not just ad managers, right? So, and as a advertising strategist, there are different ways. Remember, this training is to this training is to give you the roadmap, right, to becoming an advertising strategist. Now, I've told you who an advertising strategist is. Advertising strategist is someone that brings customers to business, you know, and is very valuable to a business because business need customers, right? Business needs customers. So if you an advertising strategist, there are different ways you can make money. You can be a freelancer, right? You work for clients, you are your own boss, or you are an agency. You can build a team, then you serve more clients, or you're an in-house advertiser. Like all these big brands, they usually have their own advertiser, right? They don't usually go for freelancers. It is small businesses that go for freelancers. But all these top brands, they have their own in-house advertisers, right? So you can also be an in-house advertiser whereby you have a stable career and you work with brands, right? And you can also affiliate brands or product. You promote them and you earn money. Or you are a business owner, you build your own brand and you also use your skill as an advertiser, right? So one skill. So with this skill, you have unlimited possibility. Just one skill. The skill of advertising strategy. One skill, unlimited possibility. So now I want to show you practically how these different parts, how they are making money, right? So if you're a strategist, you can charge one client 100,000 naira. Yeah, because of what you are bringing to the table is not just you setting up ads. You are bringing solution to their business, right? So one client you can charge them 100,000, three clients 300,000. 5 clients 50 500,000, 10 clients 1 million naira. And 10 clients is very possible in a month. We have how many days in a month? We have 9 as a freelancer. You are working with different small businesses. Remember, it is small business that usually hire freelancers. So these are the possibilities you can make as a freelancer advertising strategist. And if you're a agency owner, just like me, right, you can serve more clients because you have a team of advertisers, so you can take more clients. So with 10 clients, you can have 1 million naira, 20 clients, 2 million naira, 30 clients, 3 million naira, 50 clients, 5 million naira, right? So like me now, in my team, in my agency, Saturn Advertising Agency, we have 10 competent advertisers. So and each of these 2 brands at a time. So 2 times 10, that's 20. So that means that within a space of 2 weeks, we are already gaining 2 million naira in revenue, right? Make more money because they serve more. In-house advertiser, if you are an intern, right, you can be earning 100K monthly. A junior advertiser, 50K. Mid-level, you are earning 50K monthly. A senior level advertiser is earning 1 million monthly. Then every working like 9 to 5 for a brand as an advertiser, right? And this is like the salary range. So it's very profitable. It's a very profitable skill, right? So and if you are into affiliate marketing with your skill, you can promote. But what's affiliate marketing? Affiliate marketing is you promoting other people's product and getting commission from it, right? You are promoting other people's product and you're getting commission from it. So with 10 sales, let's say that you are promoting a product, right? That your commission is 10,000 naira. So that means that if you make 10 sales in a month, make 10 sales in a month, that's 100K. Make 30 sales in a month, that's 300K. If you make 50 sales in a month, that's 500K. Make 100 sales in a month, that's 1 million. And this is very possible because there are systems you can put in place that even you don't need to be answering them one by one, right? Something that you can be doing and you're making a lot of money for yourself as an app. So, or if you're a business owner, right? Be a business owner and you have this skill of digital advertising, let's say that you has just started small with 10 customers in a month, that's 100K. 50 customers in a month, 500K. 100 customers in a month, 1 million. 500 customers in a month, 5 million. So this is a very profitable skill that if you have it, you can start making this amount of money. So now I want to show you data because data don't lie. If you are following me, if this money that I'm calling, if they are entering your eyes, I want you to put it in the comment. Excited. Say I'm excited. Say I'm excited. Because I'm showing you a skill that is underrated. I mean, this is a skill that is underrated. A lot of people are not paying attention to it, but people in the industry are making a huge amount of money. So put I am excited in the comment. Put I'm excited in the comment. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I can see G Lord. I can see. I'm sorry if I'm not getting your name. Ito songs. He said I'm excited. You can see Ashley Akpan excited, right? I can see D Lord also. He said I'm overexcited. I can see Olaiwaju also said excited. Awesome, awesome. So now I want to show you data. This is data of now. This is an illustrative figure reported from
company disclosure and industry report across recent years. So selected Nigerian brands advertising and marketing spend. So the amount that is here is the amount these brands are spending on advertising. So Dangote is spending over 135 billion naira on advertising in recent years. See that crazy amount of figure. Over 135 billion naira in advertising alone. So it is no brainer to why the business is growing because they are spending a lot of money on advertising. So they're making sales. So any business you see that is growing massively, it's not luck. Oh. It's not luck. It is because they are spending massive amount of money on advertising. And that's an example. Dangote is spending over 135 billion naira on advertising. MTN Nigeria is spending over 45 billion naira. Do you know? Do you know what this means? If they give you 45 billion naira, if you don't work, if you are 25 years old and they give you 45 billion naira and you live in this world till maybe 100 years, so 100 minus 25, that's 75. So if for 75 years you did not work, you cannot finish spending 55, 45 billion. And this company is spending 45 billion naira on advertising to get customers. So who are those that are handling this money? Digital advertising strategies, not just Meta add this amount of money. So if they are spending this huge amount of money on advertising, that already tells you that this is an industry that is booming. This is an industry that is booming. Industry is spending roughly less than MTN. They're spending about 45 billion naira in adverts. Next to Nigeria, also is spending 45 billion naira. Brow Cement also is spending about 2 billion naira in adverts. 2 billion naira in adverts. Huge amount of money. So the first one I showed, this is an Indian brand. So let us look at global brand, Amazon. Now Amazon is spending over $18 billion in adverts. All this money, all this money they put in the warehouse, it will fill the warehouse. $18 billion. So that is why these businesses are where they are today. Because the more they spend, the more they have more customers. The more they spend, the more they have more customers. So Amazon is spending over $18 billion. Not naira, oh, $18 billion. Why Prostar, Prostar Gamble is spending $12 billion. Google, Google is spending about $10 billion. Coca-Cola is spending about um $15 billion. Nike is spending about $5 billion. So these brands, they are spending this amount of money just to get customers, just to get customers. And who are those that are handling this amount of money? The advertising strategists. Do you get it? These are the people that are handling this amount of money that brands are constantly spending on advertising. Do you see that? So who hires digital strategists? The truth is, just like I said earlier, every organization needs customers. So if every organization needs customers, that means that every organization need advertising strategist. So you can't be an advertising strategist and be stranded because there's no organization that does not need you. There's no way you cannot work. Whether it's a startup, whether it's a e-commerce brand, whether it's a real estate company, whether it's school, whether you're a coach, whether it's hospital, whether it's you as an advertising strategist. Every organization needs customers. And who are those that bring those customers? They are advertising strategists. So it's a skill that if you have it, you can never be stranded. You can never be stranded. It's a skill that if you have it, you cannot cannot say that there's no job. This is not biochemistry. This is not biochemistry. This is not biochemistry. This is advertising strategist, right? So let me ask you a question. Do you want to become an advertising strategist? Put it in the comment. I want to see your response. Do you want to become an advertising strategist? Based on what I have told you, the how valuable they are, the amount of money they are spending, the amount of money that they are earning, the amount of money that they are also handling for brands. Do you want to become an advertising strategist? Put it in the comments. Do you want to become an advertising strategist? I want to see your answer in the comments. Olaiwaju said yes, oh. Cecilia said yes, sir. James said very well. Ashley said yes. Awesome, awesome. That's the beauty, because this is not something, especially in this economy that we are. You need to be doing something that people are rushing. So, do you want to become an advertising strategist? Okay, I can see some. Do you want to become an advertising strategist? Based on what I have told you, based on how valuable they are to businesses and all of that. Awesome. So let's move forward since everybody agreed to be an advertising strategist. So how do you become an advertising strategist? Part to becoming an advertising strategist. The part one is you figure it out yourself. If you are smart, trust me, if you are smart, if you are smart, you should be able to figure it out yourself. But one thing about trying to figure out things yourself is an error. It will lead to wasted time. You will make expensive mistakes. You will have no clear direction. You'll be frustrated along the way, and there will be slow progress. If at all you are going to have any progress, there will be slow progress. So that is if you try to figure it out, if you try to figure out everything yourself, you're going to encounter all of this. So it's a very long journey and it's not smooth, right? It's a very dark journey. But the second part, if you can follow a proven roadmap that will give you clear steps, save your time, avoid costly mistakes, you have fast progress, build confidence. Which of these parts would you like to go? I want to see it in the comments. Part A or part B? Which of these parts would you like to follow in becoming a digital advertising strategist? Now, assuming that this is you, you are on a crossroad. So, which part would you like to follow to become an advertising strategist? Part A or part B? Or you want to follow a proven roadmap? I can see Cecilia, she said, yeah, part B. I can see D Lord said part B. I can see Ashley said part B. I can see Lawa Olaiwaju said part B. Of course. Okay. So, what is this part? What is this proven part? What is this proven roadmap? Saturn Academy. Now, this should not be strange to you. Saturn Academy, I have been talking about it. I'm the founder of Saturn Academy, right? And even in the WhatsApp group that you are, you, I'm sure you, the title is Saturn Academy. So, Saturn Academy is
a proven path to becoming a digital advertiser. And what or who are we? Why do we build Saturn Academy? Why did it exist? Saturn Academy, the reason why Saturn Academy exists is that we are building Africa's next generation of advertising as experts. We are building Africa's next generation of advertisers. So we do not have any other purpose. Our purpose, the sole purpose for we existing, is this. We want to build Africa's next generation of advertising experts. We want to transform you into an advertising strategist, someone who can diagnose business challenges, develop winning strategies, good. This is what we want to transform you into. We want to transform you into an advertising strategist. And who is this advertising strategist? Someone who can diagnose business challenges, develop winning strategies, execute profitable campaigns, and deliver measurable growth. That is who we want you to become, such that you're able to sit down with a business and you diagnose their business, you check, and you're able to tell them, okay, this is your challenges, this is the reason why you're not making sales, and you develop a winning strategy that will take away that problem, and you execute it, and the campaigns are going to be profitable, and you deliver measurable growth. Hope you know that even musicians, they are looking for advertising strategies. Now, advertising strategies are people that we also call PR, right? Politicians, they are looking for advertising strategies. Someone that can sit down and go, okay, I want to vote for Peter Obi for this campaign, right? You're able to sit down, you diagnose all the problems that Peter Obi have, then you come up with a strategy that will make him win the election. Or, so if you're an advertising strategist, you have a lot of options where you can work. You can even work is academy that is transforming men into advertising strategies. People who can diagnose business challenges, develop winning strategies, execute profitable campaigns, and deliver measurable good for that business, that brand, or that personality. Right? So, what is Saturn Academy roadmap? These are our roadmap. Our roadmap, our roadmap is, as a beginner that you are, we are going to build this a solid foundation for you. You go through a solid foundation and you practice what you are learning, and your result, you practice. As you practice, you are getting results, and because you are getting results, you are gaining experiences, whether it is positive result or bad result. You are gaining experiences, right? And from your experiences, you learn from your experiences, and from there you become an advertising strategist. So our roadmap is very simple. We take beginners from ground zero to becoming advertising strategists. How do they become that? We give you a solid foundation that you can build on. You practice, you get results, you get the experience, because we're going to be teaching you practicals, right? It's not just theory, I mean practicals. Our academy, we are partnered with different companies and different businesses and different brands that want to increase their sales. So we are partnered with them. So for each of those businesses, we're going to be working with them, and we're going to be diagnosing their businesses. We're going to be we're going to also launch the campaign, see the results, learn from it, and from there you have an experience that you can go into the outside world and implement immediately. So it's not a school where you just come and learn, you know it's not like university where you come and learn theory, then when you graduate you have nothing to show about. No, doing your training, you are gaining experiences, you are gaining experiences based on the brands that we are working with, right? So our training is a 10-week, you know, it's a 10-week training. We take people through.
a 10-week training in Saturn Academy. So, and I want to show you so that you can understand that now the reason I'm showing you our curriculum is so that you can know what you are going to benefit, right? So in week one, is a 10-week curriculum. In week one, they're going to be taught business diagnosis and business from an advertiser, perspective, identifying growth bottleneck and missed opportunities, customer journey mapping from awareness to purchase, market research and competitors analysis framework. These are as an advertiser, you must have the skill of business analysis. So in week one, that's where you're going to learn it. How to be able to analyze a business, the things that you need to check, the things that you need to identify, how to identify those problems. So you're going to be taught that in week one. And there's assignment for each week. The assignment is based on what you have been taught, because you have been given that skill. You will now be given assignment to audit three businesses and identify advertising opportunity for each. That's the assignment. So you can say that is already building portfolio, right? In week two, and for each assignment, we are going to have like a general class where we are going to check each and everybody assignment and we give corrections and improvements where it's needed, right? So week two, you will learn in week two, you will learn audience audience research and customer psychology. Remember I told you during the presentation that people don't buy immediately, right? So you must understand customer psychology to be able to bring people from being a stranger to becoming buyer, right? So you learn customer research framework used by professional media buyers. You learn building detailed audience personnel beyond demography. You learn pinpoint how to identify pinpoint. You learn awareness level, cold, warm, hot, and solution aware audiences, and you will learn customer behavior and how people make buying decisions. So that's very important. How do people make buying decisions? You also so can you hear me now? Yeah, network was disturbing. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Put it in the chat, please. Can you hear me? Put it in the chat. Awesome. Olayewaji can hear me. Ashley can hear me. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Songs. Thank you for welcoming me. Are we over others? We are almost done. Still don't sleep yet. Let me share my screen. If you can see my screen, just let me know in the chat. So can you see my screen now? Okay, Ashley can see my screen. Lawa can see my screen. That's good. That's good. That's good. Songs can see my screen. Okay, so I said that in week two, based on what you have been taught, you'll be able to build customer personnel and a complete buying journey map of a customer, right? So week three, you're going to be learning offer creation. Offer creation, very important. Remember when I was sharing with you that offer, that even though your offer is great, you must be able to package it to have a lot of quantity so that people can, you know, can be attracted to you. So you are going to learn offer creation. You learn creating irresistible offer using value stack method. Value stack method. Value stack method means how to be able to make one thing. You make it, you know, have many, how will I put it now? One value, but you make it have a lot of stuff so that people can buy. Positioning and differentiation in competitive market. Even though maybe your competitors they are selling the same thing as you are, but you must be able to position yourself. Just like in Nigeria now, we have Coca-Cola. That might be your network. If my screen is blurred, that might be your network. In Nigeria, we have Coca-Cola, we have Pepsi, right? So both of them are selling virtually the same thing. So, but there's a way they position each other, right? So you learn positioning and differentiation, USP development, campaign objective selection, budget planning, KPI selection, campaign planning framework from brief to launch checklist. So as a result of this, you'll be able to do your assignment, build a complete campaign strategy document for a real or fictional brand, right? So that's week three. Then week four is where you now learn creative strategy. Remember when we talk about hook, that your hook must contain something beneficiary for that fish to for you to catch the fish, right? So creative strategy and copywriting. This is where you learn hook writing, copywriting framework, how to create user-generated content, you know. So creative planning. This way we are going to do all of that together. And it's going to be practical because we are working with a business. So it's not just theory. We are working with an actual business. So we are going to be creating a UGC content for them. We are going to be doing copywriting, hook writing for them, right? So as a result of this, you'll be able to create a full campaign messaging and creative brief for a chosen product or services, right? So that'll be your assignment. And week five, that's meta creation. This is where meta ad mastery, Facebook or Instagram ads. So this is where you're going to learn how to set up Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and all of that. Different campaign, lead generation, sales campaign, audience targeting, pixel installation, page creation. All of this, you will learn it practically, not just theory, practically. And your assignment will be launch a live meta ad campaign for a real or test product, right? So that was week five. Then week six, that's when you learn TikTok ad mastery. So in week five, you have learned meta ad mastery, that's Facebook and Instagram ads. Then week six, you're going to learn TikTok ads because nowadays TikTok is very valuable right now. A lot of people are on TikTok, so you must know how to run TikTok ads for your brand. You learn TikTok business center setup, TikTok pixel installation, campaign setup, creative, and all of this we are doing with a real business, right? So assignment, we have to launch a complete TikTok advertising campaign. You have to do your assignment. Now, all of if you are doing your assignment, you are already building a portfolio that you can submit to any brand that want to employ you, right? So that's why I told you that the roadmap will give you experiences that you can, work with outside world, right? So in week seven, you will learn funnel, landing page, and lead system. So this is where you're going to learn how to create landing page. If this curriculum is exciting to you, kindly put it in the comment. Put it in the comment that I love this curriculum. I love this curriculum because you can see that this curriculum is very detailed, right? It's not just a this is not a YouTube video stuff. No, this is not YouTube video. This is not a detailed lesson that going to be learning that will be valuable for you as a person. And if you have a business, And if you have a business, yeah, I can see Cecilia said, I love this curriculum. Ashley said, I love it. Lawa said, it is loaded. Yes, so very loaded. So in week eight, you learn analytic. Remember, I told you that you must be able to analyze your campaign and improve on it, right? That's when you learn analytic optimization, revenue growth. And because of that, you are going to be able to, your assignment, audit and optimize a campaign report provided by your instructor. Then week nine, this is where you learn brand advertising and customer and client management. Because as an advertiser, you must be able to manage your the people that employ you. There's a way to manage them. You must be able to give them reports, right? You must so you also, let's say that you're a freelancer, you must be able to get customer for yourself, right? So this is where you're going to learn that. Then week ten also you're going to learn client acquisition, freelancing, right? How to package your services, pricing strategy, how to price your services also, how to write proposal. Let's say that a client comes to you and say, okay, this is my business, we need so so and so. You must be able to write a proposal to say, okay, having analyzed your business, these are the things that are missing, these are the things that we need to work on. So you must be able to write a proposal, client acquisition system, portfolio development, and presentation. So in week 10, after you have learned all of that, you're not going to have a project. You're going to have a project that you're going to develop. Look at the assignment here. Develop a complete, so this will be your project. Develop a complete advertising strategy for a real business. So what we do is that once you are done with all of this training, you will have to, just like IT, you will have to go to a business, right? You volunteer, right? To and somebody can even pay you if they say that, okay, your work is very good. So you will develop a complete advertising strategy for a real business, including business audits, audience research, offer creation, creative strategy, funnel, media plan, budget, KPI, dashboard, and growth recommendation. So you do that, then you now defend it. So you have to do a defense. So once you pass your defense, our certificate. Because our certificate is not just we give certificate out. No, we only give certificate to students that have gone through our training in Africa. Can you see my screen? I think my screen is not showing again. Okay, I'm going to reshare. So can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen now? Okay, yeah, I can see that. You can see my screen. So after the training, you have to do a project with a real business. You volunteer and you what? You're going to work with them and you develop a complete advertising strategy for them. So that is going to be your portfolio, another portfolio, right? That you're going to have. And so by that you are finishing Startup Academy with two portfolio, the one that we did in class and the one that you're going to do as your project. So by that you are now market ready. So we also, the businesses that we
partner with, we can now recommend you that okay, this person has gone through our training, this person has been certified, this person knows what he's doing, he has done his defense, so you can employ them. You get? So also we have an advertising agency. We also employ our students that have been certified, that we know that they are doing well. We employ them to certain advertising strategists, right? So so that is our curriculum. It's a 10-week curriculum. So these are our guarantee. And I want you to pay attention to this guarantee. These are our guarantee. This training, you complete this program, and you still feel, and you still don't feel confident. Okay, so our guarantees, if you complete the program and still don't feel confident in your advertising skill, you can join the next cohort at no additional cost. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? If you complete the training and you still don't feel confident in your advertising skill, you can join the next cohort at no cost. Is that a good guarantee? Are you excited with that guarantee? That if once we are done with your training, next training for free. We're not, if you're excited about this guarantee, my screen is not showing again. Best guarantee. Okay, guys, network. Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please put it in the comment. Let us. You're about to round up. You can hear me? Put it in the comment, please. Kindly put I can hear you. I can hear you. If you can hear me, okay. Ashley, I can see that. Who is on the call again? She confirm you can hear me. Let me share my screen again. So, can you see my screen? It's like I need your response so that we can move forward. Can you see my screen? You can see my screen. Please confirm you can see my screen so that we can move forward.
Okay, okay. So you guys can hear me. So the guarantee, the guarantee is advertising skill. You can join the next cohort completely for free. Do you get it completely for free? So that means that your money is secured, your time is secured, and you are sure to get the best out of our training. So I can see that um, Songs is saying how much. I know you're excited to get started, but I'm getting there very soon. So these are some of the results of our student. This is Dorcas, this is Deborah, this is Celia, this is Anna, this is Eunice. These are people that are already. Let me expand this so that these are people that are already, that already benefited from our from our training. So if you check our website, you're going to see this very clearly in detail. Doka said before joining Saturn Academy, advertising felt confusing and overwhelming. The class broke everything down into simple practical steps. I now understand how to plan campaigns strategically instead of boosting posts. Deborah said, what stood out for me was the practical approach every section focused on real life, real world application, not just theory. I left with skill I could immediately apply to businesses and campaign. And that's our promise. Our trainings are very practical. We work with real world business that and you get real world skill that you can apply immediately. Cecilia said the training changed the way I think about advertising. I learn how to analyze businesses, understand customer behavior, and create campaign with clear objective. And this is very important. If you can analyze a business, you can, understand, customer psychology. To make sales will not be difficult. Look at what Anna said. Anna said, I love how beginner friendly the program was. Even without prior experience, I was able to understand advertising strategy, campaign planning, and the fundamental of digital advertising. So, you know, why Eunice said before the training, I knew advertising was important, but I didn't know how to approach it strategically. The program helped me understand audience research, campaign planning, and how to think like an advertising strategist. So these are real students. If you check our website www.saturn.com, you're going to see this there clearly. So you have two options. You have two choice. Tonight, you have two choice tonight. Choice one is continue learning from random videos and figuring everything out alone. While choice two is follow a proven roadmap and become an advertising strategist faster. I know that I have asked you before that which path you want to follow. So based on the curriculum I've shown you and the guarantee that I've shown you and the testimonials of our students, I want to ask you again, which choice do you want to follow tonight? Do you want to continue to learn on YouTube random videos and figuring out everything and get confused? Or you want to follow Saturn proven roadmap and become an advertising strategist faster? Put it in the comment. Which part do you want to follow? Choice one or choice two? I want to hear from you. Put it in the comment. Put it in the comment. Put it in the comment. Which part do you want to follow tonight? Which part do you want to follow tonight? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Which part do you want to follow tonight? Which choice do you want to follow tonight? Choice two. Ashley says choice. Yeah, that's a smart choice. Choice two. That's a smart choice. My slide is not showing. Let me share it again. Cecilia said choice two. Choice two. Choice two. Okay, so let's move on. So where do you want to be in 6 months' time? Where do you want to be in 6 months' time? For me, if I was you, in 6 months' time, I would love to be a digital advertising strategist because if you go through our training is 3 months, right? That's 10 weeks, 3 months, and I'm able to now practice even after those 3 months. So in 6 months' time, that means that before the end of this year, I want to finish this year as a digital advertising strategist that is valuable to businesses, brands all around. That is where you should desire to be in the next 6 months. And that's why you're in this life tonight. That's why you have not slept. You are here because you know that there's more that you need to be. There's more that you need to be. And I've shown you that there is more. There's more out there. And Saturn is ready to give you that more to become a digital advertising strategy. And how do you become that? So you need to invest in this skill because this skill is going to pay you back, right? So the payment for the training, I call it investment. The payment for the training, I call it investment. It's an investment because it's going to pay you back, right? So we have the online cohort, the online class, which is 100,000 naira. And what are you getting? You're getting 10 weeks of live online training, complete advertising strategy curriculum, meta ad and TikTok ad training, business audit framework, campaign planning templates, weekly question and answer section, private student community, portfolio building support, digital certificate. So that means that we are going to we have a space in Ibadan and Elisha, right? We have a space in Ibadan and Elisha, and the price for physical students is just 120,000. And what you will get, you will get everything in the online course. You get in-person weekend class, direct face-to-face mentorship, live campaign building section, real-time feedback on your work. I'm back. Hope you guys are still here. Let me share my screen. So can you see my screen? So the physical training is one training and very exclusive because you're going to be taught live, right? Physically. And we're in Lagos, we're in Ibadan, and we're also in Elisha. You can always join us. So what are you really paying for? You're not paying for videos, you're not paying for slide, you're not paying for information. Now this is what some schools does. They just send videos to you, they say go and watch, or they just send slide to you, say go and watch, or they just go and get information from ChatGPT and all of that. No, what you are paying for in Saturn Academy is a roadmap, mentorship, feedbacks, practical projects, accountability, career development. I believe that this is worth it. In fact, what we are giving to you is worth more than what we are charging you. We are giving you a roadmap, step by step roadmap. We are also, as you are going through that roadmap, we are mentoring you. And for your questions, we are giving you feedbacks on your works. Okay, improve on this, don't do this. And you're also doing practical project that is going to improve your portfolio, your experiences, and your confidence in working with outside the world, right? And accountability, you're accountable because when you're not accountable, and that's why we have assignments, we have projects, we have defense, because if you're not accountable, then you might not grow fast, right? And in the process of all of this, you are building a valuable career, a career that you know every business owner is looking for, a career that can change your life from ground zero to you being very, very, um, you doing well for yourself, for your family, and for your career, right? So this is what you are paying for. You are paying for roadmap, mentorship, feedback, practical project, accountability, and career development. So now this is where it gets interesting for early action bonus. So if you enroll to Saturn Academy in the next 48 hours, you are going to be getting 20% off our tuition fee. So if you are going for the online, you are going to be paying 80,000 naira instead. And if you are going for the physical training, you are going to be paying 96,000 naira instead. This is only for those that are going to enroll in the next 48 hours. So for me, that means that once this life ends, your the clock starts ticking, the time start counting. In the next 48 hours, if you are going to enroll in the next 48 hours, you have access to a 20% off discount. So you should not miss this for anything, right? And again, it does not end there. There's a special code bonus, and that bonus is everyone who enrolls within 48 hours enters a draw to win a laptop. So that means that if you enroll within 48 hours, you get 20% discount. And if you are also part of those that enroll within 48 hours, you are going to have the chance to win a laptop doing after your training, because you're going to defend, right? So the best student is going to be given a laptop, a free laptop, to start to continue their career and all of that. So this is an offer that is not missed. Imagine you paying 80,000 naira to get a valuable skill that can earn you up to a million naira, and you're still going to be getting a laptop for free that is worth 350,000 naira, and you're only paying 80,000 naira or 96,000 naira. This is a no-brainer. If I was you, I'm going to jump into it because it means every barrier has been taken away, right? Every barrier has been taken away. So you should jump into this. You have 20% discount off within 48 hours, whether it's online or physical training. And you also stand the chance to win a laptop. Now, this is not a lie because you're going to be in the class and you're going to remind the you're going to remind us. Can you even screenshot this? You're going to remind us that okay, we promise a free laptop to a student, right? So you should jump into this right now. And so before I go, the opportunity is real. Businesses need customers, and customers are online. So what you do is an advertising strategist, you connect both. So the question is, will you become one? Do you want to become an advertising strategist? If yes, follow Saturn Academy roadmap to become one, right? The opportunity is real. I've shown you the opportunity. I've shown you how much brands are spending on advertising. I've also shown you how much advertisers are being paid and are earning, right? So the opportunity is real and customers are online. So what you just need to do is to connect them. If you can do that, they are going to pay you huge amount of money. So will you become one? So if you are ready to build a career in digital advertising, what you get at Sato Academy is a structured roadmap again, practical training, mentorship, real projects, community, career support. Become an advertising strategist, not just someone who run ads. Remember, you're not just only running ads, you are learning your every other thing. So you have a structured roadmap, a practical training, mentorship, real project, community, and career support. So I don't know, this is huge, right? Many schools online don't provide this, but we are providing this because we want to build. Remember, we have a mission. Our mission is to produce Africa best digital advertisers in this 21st century, right? And that's why we are giving all that is going to be required, all that is needed, so that you know, Saturn Academy can be the hub, can be the school that produces competent advertisers to the business world. So tonight, I don't just want you to live inspired. Are you getting me? I don't just want you to live inspired. I want you to live with a plan. Leave um this seminar, masterclass, leave it with a plan. And that plan is because most people will leave this training excited. Only a few will live with a roadmap. Hmm? Those are the people whose life are going to change. And that roadmap is Saturn Academy. Saturnacademy.com. Enter our website, enroll, or reach out to us with this phone number 09131450768. Tap the number on WhatsApp. If you have any question, you can drop it. You are going to be attended to, and we'll see how we can help you. So, just like I said, don't just leave this masterclass inspire. Leave with a plan. That plan is you enrolling in Saturn Academy. So remember, if you enroll in the next 48 hours, you have 20% off the tuition fee. If it's online, you're going to pay 80K. If it's physical, you're going to pay 96K. And you have a chance to win a brand new laptop. Yeah, a brand new laptop. So this is our promise in the next 48 hours. So this is 9:40 Saturday. By let's say 10 o'clock on Monday, 10 p.m. on Monday, this offer will be off the table. This offer will be off the table. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. This is a real opportunity for you to become valuable for the end of this year, right? So thank you. I believe you have learned so much, right, in this. So if you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat. I'll be glad to answer it. If you have any question, drop it in the comment. Drop it in the comments and let me. I'll be glad to answer it. I can see Cecilia said, "Thank you very much. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome." You can see. So if you have any question, you can reach out to me. Remember, you have a special bonus, right? So if you have any question, you can just drop it in the WhatsApp group, or you reach out 09131450766. It